look at my room now. I got the curtains up. I've hung some stuff up, although you can't really see, like, by my bed. Anyways, I haven't read much lately, and so I decided that I was gonna film a video that I haven't really done a video like this before. So what I mean is that I'm going to make a video about some of my most favorite underrated books, and when I say underrated, I mean they have like less than 5,000 ratings on Goodreads, which yes is still a lot, but at the same time most of these have less than 1,000. They don't even breach, like, I think one of them breaches 900, and there's one of them that I will admit it's gotten some popularity because it had a Crate special edition and a Barnes & Noble edition, but at the same time it has like 2,000 ratings on Goodreads, so I figured it would be underrated enough for me to talk about in this video. So yeah, I have two piles. I have one that's self-published books and then another that is traditionally published. I guarantee, unless you've heard about me talking about these books, you will not have heard of these books. So first one I want to talk about is The Lost Noble by Rachel Litvin. This is a young adult fantasy novel. It is inspired by a lot of fantasy stories that came before. I had a conversation with Rachel in her comments not too long ago about how like there's inspiration from Winx Club in here, and like I love Winx Club and I could see that. This book I read all the way back in January. I have the second book. I need to read it. This is about Adela Everhart, that's her name, who finds out that she is actually royalty. She's not just like a peasant as she thought she was, and so she goes to like a school so then she can learn how to like properly be royal. Okay, I think the camera angle changed a little bit because I had to send a text back. It stopped recording because my phone got a text. That's my phone. Anyways, I read this back in January and I really enjoyed it. It was like it's a very good pick-me-up read. I laughed a lot when I read it. Unless you're in like North California, like the North Bay of California, like you've probably heard of Rachel because she goes to a lot of cons and Renaissance fairs to sign books and like sell them. But if you don't, I highly recommend picking her books up, especially because they're such a like pick-me-up. So next, of course, we have Ebb and Fall by Gaia J. Koss and Boris Koss. I think if you've been here for a while, you know how much I love this book series. I got an arc of Emergence 2 years ago, which, God, that feels so long ago compared to like only 2 years ago. But Ebb and Fall is about a girl named Ember who wakes up in a world that's not her own, because in her world it is sunshine all the time. It never gets dark. It is just always daylight out. But when she wakes up in a world that is eternally dark, and she is being hunted by a crescent prince who wants her powers that she didn't realize she had. So it's an enemies to lovers healthy romance. I would like to say it's very healthy. I love this book so much. I also have a review to it on Goodreads that I will link down below that has any trigger warnings in it that you will need. But this came out in 2018, which this also came out in 2018. And I picked it up like a couple weeks after it came out, so I literally have been with this series since it came out. And so I fucking love these books, especially since More Wild illustrated the covers, and they're just gorgeous. If you like enemies to lovers romance and like a found family aspect, you will love these books. I definitely know that a lot of people didn't really like the first book because it seemed like it was like a copycat of A Court of Mist and Fury, which, like, aren't all fantasy romances nowadays that? Like, come on. But the second book really comes into its own, and it really, like, kicks off what the actual plot is about. So I highly recommend picking this book and series up if you haven't. Did you guys think I was not going to talk about The Mark of Things Unwanted by Alex Clifford? I adore this book so much. Like, and the sequel is gonna come out soon, October 30th. Set your clocks so then you know, because it's coming. So again, this has a found family and queer characters, and in this first book there's no romance. Alright, there's an established romance, but then like there's no new romantic interest or anything. One of the characters talks only in sign language, which I found really fucking cool. Like, what fantasy book out there has a character that talks in sign language? I would love to find another one. This is the first one I've come across that has that. It follows 3 characters. There's like, I guess 3 points of views, which is Sin and Anne and Ava. I love them so much. It also follows another point of view, but that isn't revealed until part 2, so I'm not gonna say who it is. But that character has a very interesting like aspect of her life going on with like her husband, and I actually really found that interesting. You don't see such a real life problem happening in a fantasy book. See, like, I just like, for this to be Alex's debut, it just really, God, blew me away, and I am so excited for book 2. So if you have not read this, please do. I guarantee you will love it. It is so hard not to be immersed in this world and these characters. Oh my god. Okay, people keep wanting to bother me while I'm filming, and it's like the one time I'm home alone and the one time I can film with everyone wants to fucking text and call me. I swear to god. Okay, so now we're getting into traditionally published books. And first off, of course, Zodiac Star Force, and I would say volumes 1 and 2, but I only have volume 1 right now because I don't own volume 2. I read that from the library. But again, it's like this girl group, and there's a queer character and a queer relationship in this series, and the color palette, let me see, look at how pretty that is. Here's one of my favorite panels. Ignore my dogs. It's a recreation of that one meme picture. I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, I really love all these characters. This is like, if you like Winx Club or Witch, you're gonna love Zodiac Star Force. I don't even know what to say about the synopsis, like what kind of synopsis to give, because I don't want to give anything away, you know. But again, like I said, if you like Winx Club or if you like Witch, you're gonna love Zodiac Star Force, especially because there's a queer relationship in here, a female-female one specifically. My dogs could shut up. Why does nobody want me to film? I swear to god. Next we have Into the Dim by Janet B. Taylor. This is the one and only like time travel book I've ever read. I read this before I joined book 2, by the way. This came out in 2016. I love this book because, for one, it is very heavy on like the historical part of it, like when they time travel, when they go back in time, because like there's this one part where they're having to like go a certain way, and the main character is like, wait, no, we can't actually go that way because this specific bridge that they would have needed to take isn't built yet, so we have to find a whole nother way. And it's just like, it's just little things like that that made me really enjoy it. Like I wouldn't have thought of that, like if I went back in time and then it's like, oh fuck, the thing I needed to take isn't even built yet, it's still like a river. Like, so Into the Dim. I'm pretty sure her name is Hope. Let me see. Hope. Okay, so Hope Walton, her dad thinks her mom has died, but she swears that in one of the pictures that showed the rubble of the building her mom supposedly died in, it was reduced to rubble from an earthquake. She swears that she saw in the corner of the picture that a poster that was advertising her mom's talk that she was giving there was canceled, and nobody believes her. But then her mom's family invites her to come visit them for the summer, and I don't think she's ever met her mom's family. Let me see, she's never met her mom's family. Yeah. And then she discovers while she's there that her mom is alive. She time traveled and is stuck there, and they have to go rescue her. There is a romance, but it's not insanely prominent. But God, I loved this book when I read it, because I reread it, and oh my God, if you get the hardcover, get the hardcover, because look how cool this nakedness looks. There is a sequel, and apparently there may be a third book, but I don't know. I didn't, on Goodreads it says I rated it 5 stars, but I don't know why I did that. I don't recall enjoying the sequel as an insane amount, but I really love this first book. I would recommend, if you like time travel, definitely try this book out, because like it is so much fun. And is it Scotland? Yeah. Her aunt lives in Scotland too, so it's got like, if you like Outlander, you'll like this, except there's no rape or sexual assault. This next one, I have a hate-love relationship with this author. I've DNF'd 2 or 3 of her books, did not like one of them, but I loved The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexander Bracken. And yes, I do have a reading vlog. It's the first video on this channel, which I don't know what happened to my get to know me like booktube newbie tag. I genuinely don't know. But this is the first video that's up on my channel, is my Prosper Redding reading vlog. And then I did a sequel that nobody asked for, where I read Last Life of Prince Alistair, which I didn't really like, but I want to reread it. I want to give it another chance because I still own my arc that I got in this video. Anyways, so I'm gonna pitch this as, if you like Eddie Brock in Venom, this is like a middle grade version of that. I don't think it says how old Prosper is, but he's like 12. Anyways, so he becomes possessed with Prince Alistair, who is like a demon? Yeah, a demon. So this demon made a deal with Alistair's like ancestor, I would say, like back in the 1700s. This relative made a deal with Alistair, and then like managed to try and back out of it so then he could save the riches but not have to do anything like on his side of the deal for the devil, or the demon I should say. But the demon gets revenge, and it gets revenge by possessing Prosper. Like I said, if you like Eddie and Venom, you're gonna like Prosper and Alistair, because they are so fucking funny. This book is just, it is the best autumnal read. It is so good. So good. I think this is Alexander Bracken's best book she's ever written. And like, I say that as someone who multiple times tried The Darkest Minds, tried Passenger, and maybe tried her debut and didn't like it. So yeah. The last one is the one that had the 2 special editions. And like I said, to me it's underrated, but I know not to a lot of people it will be. And that is The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan Hay. I love this book. I read it back in May, right when it came out. This is a Barnes & Noble edition. It is gorgeous. It's literally pink. Good. Pink end papers. I've seen this pitched as if you like sci-fi and you like Studio Ghibli, you're gonna like this book, and I 100% agree, especially because of this cover that really captures those Studio Ghibli vibes. The synopsis of this is that there's two sisters, Casey and Celia, who goes by C. Celia went missing a couple months before in Casey's point of view, and nobody knows what happened to her. The last time she was seen was buying a boat and just sailing out into the sea. I hit my glasses. Sailing out into the sea, and nobody has seen her since. In Celia's point of view, she has this problem where she keeps waking up on the beach, like in the water, and she has no idea how she got onto this island. She has no idea what happened to her. She barely remembers her past. She remembers literally nothing except for the fact that she has a sister named Casey, and she needs to find Casey. A lot of people, I'm sure, will tell you, if you've like been recommended like this, like, oh, there's this insane plot twist, and like, I don't want to overhype it for you, because like I had to set the book down and like take a break from reading it. But like, don't get me wrong, it's a good fucking plot twist, but just don't think it's gonna be like all out crazy insane. But yeah, if you get the Barnes & Noble edition, do not read that extra content until you have read this book, because that is the chapter of the plot twist. Joan Hay made like a little annotated chapter of what she was thinking when she wrote it. So yeah, highly recommend this book though. It is gorgeous. I'm still thinking about it, and it's like almost October, and I read this in May, and I'm still thinking about it. It was one of my favorite books of this year. I could not put it down. I mean, I put it down when I read the plot twist, but if you know, you know. Those are my underrated favorites. I really think this was a good, weird mix of a list, but I think you could get some really good recommendations from this. I feel like you could. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. The last video I uploaded was my what was it called? Summer wrap up. I thought my next video was going to be my first Wheel of Time reading vlog. That's not happening. I haven't picked up The Great Hunt since before I moved into this room, so it's been hard trying to read it. Or you know what, I think I read a chapter or two not too long ago, but even then, like, that was barely any progress, like 20 pages. So yeah, that video is not coming for a while, but it's coming one day. One day it'll come. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, give me a comment, tell me if you've read any of these books or if you plan on picking up any of these books. I would love to hear. Anyways, I'll see you in my next video, whatever that is. Bye!